This is Ethical Dilemmas by Bailey Bethel for University English, Carly Kate. Imagine you are the head coach of a high school football team who is playing in the championship game on Friday night. Your school hasn't gone to a state championship in over 20 years. Your team is simply making history. However, a group of your most athletic seniors have got caught cheating on a test in class and will be suspended from school. It is up to you to decide if they should be suspended from athletic activities or not. Will you make them sit the game out, which will result in your team probably losing the game since they were your strongest players? Or will you let them play the game where you have a really good chance of winning the state championship title? So, should they sit it out or should they play? I'm here to inform you about the basics of an ethical dilemma by going over what an ethical dilemma actually is, why this topic is interesting to me, as well as the types of approaches that are involved when you are in an ethical dilemma. So to start off, what actually is an ethical dilemma? The Oxford Dictionary defines it as a situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two courses of action, either of which entails transgressing a moral principle. When looking at this definition, one thing stands out. An ethical dilemma occurs when there are two potential courses of action, neither of which is clearly the right or wrong decision. Regardless of the decision made, there will be compromise on one side of the individual's ethics. Ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conductivity of the activity. With that being said, instead of relying on external standards, people have to rely on their morals and values to navigate such situations. Morals are what somebody believes to be right or wrong, and their values are a set of beliefs a person ascribes to, usually based on their own feelings and judgment. This subject really stuck to me because of how interesting it is. Regarding an ethical dilemma, there is so much controversy included. Your situation does not have a clear answer to choose because there is not a right or wrong answer, just the best one that you personally feel. Secondly, you are the one that determines the outcome. Yes, there may be outside sources that can help you determine your decision, but in the end, you are the one that chooses the final result. Then, there is the fact that there is compromise on your ethics regardless of your decision. Either direction chosen will alter your moral principles that govern the situation. This leads me to my next subject on how you approach your dilemma. There are several different approaches which all determine the outcome of that particular situation. The utilitarian approach has the most good and least harm. The rights approach protects and respects the rights of all who are involved. The fairness and justice approach treats all people equally. The common good approach is when relationships and society are the basis of your ethical reasoning. And lastly, the virtue approach is an act upon your best potential character. So, regarding the football dilemma, which approach did you take? Did you make them sit out, let them play, or did you have a different decision? Let me know which approach you took. To close, I gave you details on what ethical dilemma is, why the topic is interesting in my opinion, and what approaches are involved in an ethical dilemma. As Don Tiger once said, decisions are the frequent fabric of our daily design.